lifestyle's been freezing cold like the diamonds in they chain, no lab-grown stones. Jimmy boy, you been baller, sit on the throne. Ain't never sold shit, clone, get your ass on. That bullshit is for the rodeo, it don't belong. Blowing on that donut beat pack from the biggest bone. From K-Town to H-Town, they hold it down. Internationally respected, you see the crowns. Dust Brothers and Theme Kings, we all hustlers. Been ballin' like Jimmy Boy was feeding customers. Cold as ice, the block coming cop from us. Realest podcast in the world that can't fuck with us. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to fall, now we set the price. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to ball, now we setting the price. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, everyone? What up, everyone? Very special episode of Cold as Ice. I'm missing my counterpart, aka Fat Boy Jimmy. Now, he's somewhere lost in Turks and Caicos. I don't know exactly. I think there's a mixture of gout and a mixture of fuckboy shit.
Cholesterol.
But I'm here. Guys, you're watching Cold as Ice podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Ben Baller, a.k.a. the Korean John Daly, a.k.a. Back Nine Ben, a.k.a. the Wash Lord. We have our very first guest ever, comedian extraordinaire, hails from the City of Angels, my dog, Rene Vaca. What's good, Renee?
Man, what an honor, bro.
What's
what an
up, dog?
honor, man. You're first. Why did it take you so long to have a guest?
You know, bro, for a while when I was doing the show.
You're such an egotistical maniac, that's why.
You know what's funny? I'll tell you a funny story. 2014 or 2015,
yeah.
There's a famous rapper, Tyler, the Creator, right? Tyler, he was kind of just becoming famous.
Yeah.
He was already famous, whatever.
He wasn't gay yet.
And I've known him since...
I'm fucking with you. I love Tyler,
it's all
the
good.
Creator. I love Tyler.
I've known Tyler since he was 18.
Yeah.
Before he had any kind of money or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the year, they have this thing called the Instagram wrap-up, where it's your 12 most liked posts. You could put your name in, boom, and it generates this picture. Most liked of 2014, whatever it is. And he goes, oh, you gay motherfucker, look at this shit. Every single picture you have is either Bieber or Drake or somebody famous, blah, blah. He said, you need motherfuckers to be, you know, and I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit low-key hit me.
That was Tyler telling you this?
Yeah. And he's like, look at my pictures. Like, and like the funny thing is it'd be like a picture of a fucking, like an empty cup.
Yeah.
Because he's just, his fan base is so crazy, right?
So like at first it was just pictures with you and a bunch of your people that work
my clients.
Yeah, your clients.
But the thing is, they're famous, right?
Yeah, but but it looks on Instagram like, oh, this guy is just...
Yeah. So
yeah.
When I launched my show 5 years ago, the original show Behind the Baller, it went straight to #1. Now, the hack, as with any podcast, is having a guest.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, you couldn't really have guests. We're doing Zoom and stuff. My mentor in this podcast game, Michael Rappaport, so he went almost a year without having a guest, right?
Going off.
So I felt at that point, my ego was like, if I can't hold their attention, fuck, I need a celebrity or someone else to do it. I got it myself. So part of that was that. But then I started bringing guests back. I started doing guests. When we launched a new show, 3 months ago, I have a counterpart. I have Jimmy, right? You fat motherfucker, you should be here.
Fucking.
So
I love you, Jimmy.
so he's in Texas. I'm here.
Yeah. We
do the show. It works out. I have amazing producers. We make it work. The Kelsey brothers, Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey, they have a #1 show. I think that Travis is my dog, but don't take it wrong. But I mean, the Taylor Swift shit took him to another level. It's hard sometimes, right? To be here, do the thing. You see, does this look like some small production?
This is beautiful. But this is.
Oh, it's a lot, right?
I've been in basements. I've been in closets doing podcasts.
Hey, closets, bro. What's going on, man?
I don't know.
You get out that closet? No, I'm playing with you.
Like with a friend, you're doing him a favor. Oh, this is what we do, bro. I'm like, okay, like.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro.
Can we not release that podcast?
So basically, it was time to get a guest on. Now the thing is, it put me in a bind because I only had like 4 days.
Yeah.
Because I'm heading out to New York tonight to film the show, right? So I was like, you know what? I have 3 people I'm gonna hit up. You were the first on my name, 1, because of location. And don't tell them what city we're in. But I was like, look, this actually makes sense. And the funny thing was, I was like, yo, the first 3 episodes we talking about, one part about this show is the Asian community has come down on me hard. They're like, look, you don't represent the Asians, you don't speak for us, you don't this. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker, by me existing.
I saw you post that.
I said, by me existing, where the fuck were y'all at in 1978.
Is it because you're talking about that
1982.
guy?
Yeah, that too. But they were saying that I never represented the Asians in certain things. And the thing was this. They never backed me when there were never Asians in the culture. There was never Asians in entertainment. But you gotta remember, I grew up with there was 3 Asians in history.
How do they want you to represent that? You look Asian.
There it is.
How do they want you? How else can you represent? Because your name's Ben Baller?
But they want me to like be more active and shit. And then the funny thing was I never got invited to fucking award shows, right?
Yeah.
19 fucking years to do the Asian American Awards. I never got invited. And then I won the Lifetime Achievement Award. Finally win the fucking award.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways,
you won a Lifetime Achievement Award?
Yeah. And so this is the biggest Asian American award stage. Like, you know, everyone's there. Crazy Rich Asians, fucking every gigantic Asian actor, actress is there.
Lifetime Achievement Award?
Yeah. Like,
you know this?
Everyone. And when I did my speech, bro, they said you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This dude, the director, John Chu, who directed Crazy Rich Asians, it was the biggest movie in the world at the time. He went up there and did like 4 minutes. And I said, fuck these, the teleprompter's going. I was like, fuck these motherfuckers. I did the whole 6 minutes. I said, motherfucker, I dunked on a motherfucker in college playing basketball. Bitch, I did this for us. Fuck that. Fuck next, we now. So anyways, going on.
That was his big moment in life. I dunked on a motherfucker in college.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, hey, ready for this? Hey, we lost by 28 points. And my coach was like, rest in peace, Charlie Thomas. He was like, you're fucking dead, Yang. You're dead. He's like, they wanted me to run a play, just go out there, make the clock run out. I was like, fuck that. And the funny part was, there was a Mexican dude on their team, and I was like, what the fuck Mexican dude doing on his basketball team, man? Going on, we're supposed to have Asian empowerment.
Just a little Mexican.
And I said, you know what? I don't know what year it was, but sometime in the last 5 to 10 years, India became a part of Asia. Like geographically, it's like they're considered Asians, right? So I was like, look, we got a fucking Indian on the show. We got Rene Vaca.
You know, and I was about to tell you this, bro. Like, I get Indians that like message me like, hey, I don't like how you're not representing the Indian community. Motherfucker, I'm not Indian. What are you talking about? It's like, but I get it, right? I look so much like them, and I don't have it on right now, but I had a kara on, which is what a lot of Punjabi Indians wear, because a fan gave it to me, and I told him I'll never take it off. And I lied, obviously, but, you know, but when I was wearing it, a lot of people were like, oh, bro, come on, you got to start, you know, representing more. And I was like, guys, I love you guys, and I love the Indian culture, and I'm going to go to India one day and do shows. Like
I've been before, but go on.
I love, like, the whole idea, like, my wife looks Indian, like, we're, you know, I love everything I love the food, but I'm not Indian, right? And I'm Mexican, I'm more Mexican. My dad is Mexican as hell. I used to be a gardener, bro. I used to garden houses that look like Ben Baller's house. Right? It's like, it's crazy, bro. Like,
okay.
But I'm not Indian.
So let's first of all, he's not, and I know that. And for most of you guys who are OG BTB Army, you know that I spoke about this. Spanish was my first language before Korean, before English. Shout out to my nanny. I don't know if she's out there anymore, if she's still alive, Maria from Yucatan. You know, Benjamin was a Spanish-speaking motherfucker. But I obviously embraced the Mexican community, the Hispanic community, the Latino community. Let's get into it, dog.
Benjamin, is that you?
No, I'm saying, you know, I'm just speaking. Benjamin is Spanish for Ben.
Fucking Jimmy, let's get into it.
Yeah, Jimmy's a motherfucking... Like, I don't want to talk about this. It's going to make me mad, and I'm going to fucking do some more shit. Red meat to fuck his gal up more. You were born and raised here, right?
Born and raised in the Valley, 818, man. And I know there's always that thing, oh my God, LA is not the Valley. Man, it's LA County. We still have LAPD. But
if you get arrested, you go into fucking downtown.
Yeah, you're going to LA County, bro. So Van Nuys.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Van Nuys High School.
Oh, you went to Van Nuys?
Yeah, I went to Van Nuys High School for a year, and then I got kicked out. I went to a continuation school. And then I was like, you know, I'm not gonna graduate from here. And then I was like, my last year, I went to Daniel Pro Magnet High School. So it was a complete 180 from like gangsters and pregnant women and fucking, you know, foster kids to like nerds playing Yu-Gi-Oh at lunch, you know, and it was just like a complete 180 for me. So, but I knew like this is important for me, bro. Like I need to know both worlds if I'm gonna go to college, you know. So
okay, so but for real, you weren't joking. You worked in landscaping. You worked like in fucking gardening,
yeah, bro.
right?
I used to fucking be a gardener, bro. Fucking paisa as fuck.
Damn,
fucking out there, just fucking It was me. It was me and my little brother at first. You know, just like, you know. Actually, no, I'm fucking lying. It was me and my stepdad. I don't even want to call him my stepdad. Fuck that fool. But what I'm trying to say, it was like, you know, the dude that was fucking my mom at the time was a gardener. You know, and my mom, when I got in trouble, was like, "You're gonna go work with him on the weekends." And this motherfucker was so annoying working with him, bro. Just imagine a dude that you know is fucking your mom. And he's looking at you like, hey, trying to give you lessons. Renee, I'm trying to teach you how to be a man. And he has like big bicep construction fingers, you know, they look like Shrek fingers. Man. And the whole time I'm like, you better not be fucking fingering my mom.
Oh, man.
With those fingers,
dog.
man.
Come on, dog.
Sorry.
See, I'm going through a divorce right now, so you know,
I just
shit's
get angry,
crazy.
man. I get angry. I get angry. Like, how do you go from dating my dad, who to me is one of the coolest motherfuckers in the world, drug dealer, right? And
I thought you were joking about that. You're serious?
Serious. My dad's serving 40 years right now. Federal prison, bro. No chance of parole. Got sentenced in Arkansas. The judge was racist. The judge, his son just died of an overdose of meth. So he looked at my dad and was like, "'Cause of you, people are dying." So it was just like a weird, Arkansas. It was like a weird combination. Like, yeah, this guy's never going to get out of jail.
Wait, how old were you when your dad went in?
I was senior year of high school when he got sentenced. Senior year of high school.
Fuck. Man,
but that have you ever dealt with anybody that's dealt with those federal minimum laws, those drug?
What are you talking about? Of course.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You're getting them running back numbers, 32.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 25. Shit. 44.
I might have got that 40, man. I was just like, that's almost linebacker, Dad.
Yeah.
Right? It was just like, it was just crazy. And like, if you meet my dad, he's such a nice guy.
When's the last time you gone to see him?
Probably like 3 months ago. He's in Victorville. I've been so busy.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah, thank God. But before that, he was moving around from Kentucky to Pittsburgh to like all these racist ass places, bro. He would have to get in fights every day just to get close to us.
How does he feel about your fame now and everything, your come up?
He doesn't know. He knows, right? But someone in there who's not tech savvy like that. He's not up on YouTube or Instagram. Like, you can't have a phone really in federal prison. Like you could, but like, you know, like the way my dad explains it is like, man, this is like, it's not even worth having a phone in here. And it was just like, I was just like, Dad, you don't even know how I sound on stage. You've never seen a video. You don't even understand how I use your story to make jokes, like how your story got me here. You know, like when you put us through, like, not in a bad way, like that shit got me here, bro. So
no, I'm saying, was that motivation for you to get to what you are, you think?
I think the biggest motivation was when he got locked up. I was like, my dad literally was like, I have 5 kids. I have 6 kids. I need to feed them all. I'm not gonna feed them all running this meat market in Arkansas. And he's just like, I don't know much. I from the moment I got into this country, this is really much all I knew. And like, for him, it's like, man, fuck it, man. I need to feed my kids, bro. And imagine me. I didn't even know what my dad. We're always calling him for money, right? At that time, we're kids. Like, my mom, you know, we're just like. So I can imagine him just like, man, I just need to take this risk for my family and just risk it all. And for the amount of time that he was working, we had everything.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was one of those things where it's just like, yeah, of course what he was doing was wrong, to some people, and it was just to some people, but of course what he was doing was wrong. But it was just like the idea of like, this man risked everything for his family. And I was like, I was in college at the time. And I was just like, man, fuck this shit, man. Like, my dad risked it all. Why aren't I risking it all in a better way? So I dropped out of college and was just like, I'm gonna go all in on comedy because that's something I know I can do, bro. It's the same way my dad thought. This is all I can do, bro. All I know is how to move, you know. And it's just like, well, what do I know how to do that, but in a legal way that I feel that way about.
So when did you pivot into comedy, into stand-up comedy?
In college, bro. When I was just there, I was always a class clown.
Right.
Always just
same, bro.
Yeah,
same.
Just always just like, man, you know, just always making people laugh and all these things. And when I got to college, I was just like, okay, you ever been to college?
I went to college.
When you get there, nobody really knows what they're doing.
Nah,
like,
nobody knows.
They're lost. They're like, I have a major. I have 2 majors. ain't nothing worse than having 2 majors. That means you don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? Unless that major obviously makes sense to the other one. That's
Dog, I got a degree and used it once
yeah.
in 20 fucking plus years.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I was just like, I don't want to be like these kids. And I was studying Kevin Hart at the moment. I was studying all the big people, bro. I was like, look how these people have everything organized. They have people helping them. They have a big support group. They have a team. And he's Kevin Hart is one of my biggest inspirations, right, to do this. But I was looking at him like, I can do that. You know,
what
no
about
disrespect to Kevin Hart, but you know, like you look at somebody and be like, I can do that, bro.
That's inspiration. You're not saying anything negative.
Yeah.
So what about like the Latinos that were in stand-up, like OG stuff? You ever like listen to any Paul Rodriguez or any George Lopez or any of those guys?
I grew up on George Lopez, man. The Rene Vaca show. You know, he got canceled. George Lopez. You know, I grew up more on the black comedy as well, just like Martin Lawrence, Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, Cat Williams. When you get into comedy, one of the biggest things they tell you is you got to study the greats. And the majority of the greats are black. So I had to study a lot of black people.
Hey, bro, I think Richard Pryor to this day, listen, I know every single Richard Pryor album.
Yeah.
I listen to every single album. He's one of my favorite actors, one of my favorite comedians. You know, Stir Crazy is my all-time favorite movie. I'm a big movie buff. I got my degree in cinematography, okay? I put out a feature film 23 years ago. Came out 20 years ago, but it took 2-3 years to put out. Yeah. You can still get it at Walmart or Amazon or some shit, right? It's on DVD and stuff, but it was a full feature film. Yeah. I gave Emilio Rivera one of his first roles ever. There was a dude from Next Friday, Ray Molino, or fuck, I forgot his name, but he was just on Instagram. So he was on Next Friday. He's a Mexican dude.
Which one did he play?
The fuck was his fucking
Was he one of the 3 brothers?
Yeah, he's one of the 3 brothers.
He's not Joker. He's not the big one. Was he the short fat one?
Yeah, short fat guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Ray. So I gave him part. There's other people in there. There's actually like 4 or 5 comedians in there. And you know, it was a movie. But now I think like, you know what? I have enough firepower and I have enough knowledge and I have enough capital to where I could do something like that.
Yeah, do your own thing.
But going back, you know, talking about George, me and George are very close friends. We're personal friends, you know, like we'll hang out. Like,
shout out George Lopez, man. Yeah. The reason why I do act outs on stage like that, the reason why I open my eyes like that on stage, shout out George Lopez, man.
So you said that, you know, said something interesting. You said Carlos got canceled, right?
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that because how old are you?
28.
Oh my God, bro. I'm older for your dad, bro, right? I could have had you. I could have had you at fucking.
You can still do it, man.
At fucking 23. So you know, you're 28. We're a few generations apart, and I feel like my generation is one of the best. I don't mean it in any way to put anything else, but we grew up without the internet.
I don't even know how old you are, man. I don't even know what your generation is.
So I'm 51,
You've done
right?
so many things in life, man. Like,
so you know, like think about it. Like my first time getting arrested and going to jail was 1981, right? Getting locked up, right? And then the funny thing is, this is the part where I told you earlier, we're gonna scatter everywhere, but we'll get back on track.
Yeah.
My first time getting arrested as an adult, they threw me in the drunk tank, and I was in there with 3 paisas, right? And one paisa was speaking so fast,
drunk ass paisa.
I mean rapido, right? And I was like, "What the fuck you say?" ¿Qué? I was like, "¿Qué?" And he's like, ¿Qué es chino? What? He's talking hella fast, but very high pitched, and he's from Peru. And I was like, "Wait, they speak Spanish in Peru?"
Fast.
Yeah, bro.
That's
this
a different
motherfucker
kind of
was
fast.
speaking like Speedy Gonzalez. Anyways, going back, I grew up with, you know, where we were outside.
Yeah.
For real outside. Like, dog, I was already traveling all throughout Los Angeles from LA to Cerritos, everything else, getting locked up.
Yeah.
There was no cell phones. There was no call waiting on phones, you know, doing
yeah.
certain things. Got to see the internet happen. I was in the music business, got to see all these things. But going now in cancel culture is slowly dying, but it's still there, right? I just seen the shit the other day with JJ Redick. He just got fucking hired as a head coach for the LA Lakers.
He's getting canceled already?
This girl says that he said the N-word 30 years ago or something, right? And JJ Redick's like, I never said it. Now, the crazy thing is, a majority of the black community are like, bitch, you capping, fuck out of here. You could have said the shit when he got drafted. You could have said the shit when he was playing NBA. You could have said, but you decided to say it now, you have no receipts. And she's like, whatever, she's just trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. That's what I think. But the problem is, we've
100%,
seen...
man, you just got announced as the head coach.
And they literally said it the day of. She came out and said this shit, and everyone's in an uproar. Now, the thing is, I hate to see a doctor. Now, look, this is a very far extreme. You get a doctor who has helped a lot of people, sick people, kids, adults, your grandparents, whatever.
Yeah, saved a lot of lives.
And let's just say he fucked a 16-year-old girl. Now, look, you're a scumbag. You're a piece of shit.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But now my question is, do you think, let's say he gets jail time. Let's say he's able to get 8 or 9 years. Okay, loses his license, wants to get back on track. The internet's been around for a long time. Instagram's been around for 13 years. Mm-hmm. He gets back on track. Does this guy not deserve to fucking try to rehabilitate himself and come back to life, or is he just canceled forever? What's your opinion? What do you think? It's a tough one. I get it. You know,
that's very tough. I feel like the first instinct, no,
right?
Because he was a 16-year-old girl. I mean, you shouldn't be trusted. Like, you're a doctor. You're gonna be looking at body parts, bro.
Yeah.
And then once I find that out about you, I'm just gonna get the ick off you. Like, oh, bro, don't. First of all, don't look at my leg, okay? Because I know how you be looking at people.
Okay, so pretty much.
And you're a doctor. You gotta look at kids, man. How many times doctors?
Okay, so check it out. So fuck him, and he's done, right? Is that what? Is that the sentiment? Okay.
That dude's done.
So now on the whole other extreme.
I get if he stabbed somebody, murdered somebody, then he'll still be like, all right, okay, but his job is putting knives in people.
No, for sure. That's one extreme.
Yeah.
Now we're going to the other extreme.
Yeah.
Carlos Mencia.
Oh.
The jokes stealing. I'll even say allegedly, but I think I've seen enough evidence to whatever. I like Carlos. I met Carlos when he was just starting, and I remember he was like saying shit like, fuck you, that was fucking funny, man. You know you're laughing. And his early stand-ups before he was doing stadiums and stuff. I met this guy at IKEA in the parking lot, and this dude helped me bring my fucking futon bed mattress like fucking stand and helped me to my car with it. This dude was already like on TV, but not blown up crazy yet. So I kind of was like, yo, this is a real dude.
Yeah.
He's a real motherfucking dude. I fuck with Mexicans. I always have.
Yeah.
Okay, so you steal some jokes. It's wrong. Do you feel like the shit that happened to him throughout whatever's going on was valid?
I mean, after all the evidence, but it was like, it's messed up in a way because I grew up on Rene Vaca.
Right.
That was, I mean, and any Latino who tells you they were not fucking with that show is a liar, and they're just trying to jump on the bandwagon. That show was a big part of Latino culture in my generation, which is like, bro, we have a Latino on Comedy Central late night roasting everything, you know, and we didn't know not the majority.
That shit hurts, right?
Yeah, like we didn't know, like, oh my God, it was stolen. It was one of those things, man. But as far as like now, as long as he's not stealing anymore, right? I mean, I feel like he served his time. Like we're going back to what you're talking about, the surgery.
Right.
That dude served his time. He's still serving time. Yeah. To this day, he'll post and people, like, you'll see a promotion, Carlos Mencia here tonight, and you'll see a comment.
And it'll be at like a taco shop, right? Or like a small comedy club. It ain't gonna be at like the Forum.
Yeah,
or
it won't be the
Center.
Forum anymore. And and he was mentioned that in an interview, like that's what hurts the most is like, you know, like you go from this to that, all because of, you know, your past. And it's like it's crazy, man. Like, you know, I
wanted to get into. Like, look, you've been accused of stealing jokes.
Yeah. And
like I said, the algorithm's a crazy motherfucker. You be on TikTok and you watch some shit, be like, hey, Ryan cheated on me, and fucking, you know what? I caught the bitch. I scroll like 3 fucking videos. Next thing I know, I see the fucking video of Ryan cheating with the girl. I'm like, God damn, the algorithm's dirty.
Or like P. Diddy, right? Like I looked up to P. Diddy when I was a kid.
Bro, I've known him for 30 years, dog.
I looked up to P. Diddy when I was a kid, and it's just like, you see the videos and like, damn, dude, that guy.
The thing is, I didn't stand on business.
That guy doesn't need a girl. He needs a therapist.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't stand on business. I still haven't spoke about it. But I'm talking about, dude, I know for 30 years that I respected, and like I work with this guy in certain shit. And even during the East-West battle, I was kind of like, fuck, I hope they don't fucking kill this motherfucker. Yeah. You know, it's bad. I'm on the West Side. But like, I've known Cassie too. Mm-hmm. And she's fucking half Asian, and I fuck with her, period. She's a beautiful girl. I'm going to get into extra, but like, she's married to my friend now. They're living their life. She had a lot of healing to do, whatever. And so he's paying his time, and who knows? And we ain't even going to get into it, but look, dog, they ain't even scratch the surface. Okay, but you've been accused of stealing jokes. I see the video, and I see this dude, and the crazy part is, I like to say I follow a lot of comedy, but I did definitely have a rough patch of probably the last 10 years. I don't think I followed as deep as I did. Yeah. And like, okay, I don't know this dude. So I message you. Why? Because I'm a real motherfucker. I'm gonna hit you up and say, I gotta, pussyfoot some shit. I'm like, hey dog, I don't like this dude talking like this. And I'm about to go crazy on this motherfucker. I know his cheerleader's gonna come after me, but fuck this dude, right? How did you feel about this shit when it came about? And like, we don't need to even say that. Well, first of all, I don't know the dude's name and I don't want you to say his name.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about that when you were getting accused of that shit?
Well, my first feeling was like, what the, whoa, right? It was, and it came from somebody that I went on the road with, somebody that I looked up to, kind of like, oh, bro, like I've gone on podcasts and said like that dude helped me a lot, and so there's no, I don't know. So my first instinct was like, man, what the fuck? This is crazy.
Right. Do you think maybe? Look, I'm an old head, right? People, I'm like close to almost being a boomer. What my kids call me boomer. I'm asking you. I know homies of mine that are out there that had hit records 20 years ago and they're barely eating. Some of them have come back. There's some comeback things. Oh, thank God. Shit, I got a tour coming up. Boom. We can go do some Vegas shows, do this. And they're bitter when young dudes are out there getting it because I pay them
100%.
respect. And there's bitterness, don't you think? Like he's salty?
A lot of OGs will tell you that, that the dude who accused me of that is a bitter dude. And I know that. And it's just one of those things where at first I was like, let's just let it go, and we did let it go because at the end of the day, it was one of those things where I'm just like, bro, we're doing so much for the community right now. We're doing so much things for so many people, and it's like we have bigger things to focus on. And one of the biggest things that I realized was you never came at me about it. You never called me.
See, dog. He has your phone number?
He has my phone number.
I don't like that, dog.
He has my phone number.
I don't like that.
Me and his son are good friends. Good friends.
That's a fucked up thing, bro.
And it's just like and for people to comment that on his thing when he was posting, it was just like, why don't you? People are saying that. Why don't you contact him yourself?
Yeah.
And he's like,
there's people out there that can't contact each other.
But he has your number. Yeah. And he's like, he has me blocked. And I'm like, bro, you blocked me a long time ago. I can, bro. So my point was like, this dude is, a waste of time. We're doing so much for the blind community right now. And I know there's a lot of things that he could be doing for the blind community right now, but he's not doing it like I'm doing it. And, at some point it just comes down to, there's people out in this business that have to really show their stripes and show, oh my God, look at everything I've done for all these years. And then there's people that just do it.
Look, dog, there's people in the trenches that put in work and have been able to eat. And when I say eat, I'm talking about you can eat, maybe have your little cheesecake factory. You might not be able to go to Mastro's and go to Nozawa and shit like that here and there. You might not be able to go to Craig's, but you're eating and you're good. And then you see somebody who's on a PJ or doing tours or whatever it may be, and you get a little salty and stuff. And like, look, thank God I'm not the person that's salty about certain things. I've embraced a lot of jewelers.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fat motherfucker that's supposed to be here right now, imagine a homie you're cool with now jumping into an industry with you. Jewelers are very territorial. I know jewelers in New York.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. There's a lot of jewelers now.
Jewelers will go and fucking pick up rappers from the airport, make sure nobody talks to them, this and that, whatever. I never gave a fuck. I'm not making a chain anyway because I don't care. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You could ask Jimmy and he'll tell you. I have handed him at least 20 jobs that were at least 25 to 50,000 each. And I'm like, look, we'll be walking somewhere at a huge convention and be like, oh shit, what's up, dog? Whatever. I was like, hey, homie, thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you for giving my flowers. Hey, dog, look, I can't do the chain for you, but you know what? My boy right here can make it for you. And my cousin, my business partner, he'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we could send it to someone else. I was like, no, dog.
No, Jimmy boy.
There's plenty of space to ease what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The problem is if you have somebody's phone number and your son knows him, you going on the platform is strictly for clout. It is nothing else. You just want to get clicks and you want to be a little hater bitch.
And we realized that right away, bro. And my publicist told me, my agents are telling me, my manager is telling me. When I told them, they were like, who? and that just shows you it's kind of like industry is a whole different side that is just like that is just like right now we have so many things going, like I said, and we're gonna make our people proud, bro. We're not gonna just go off and put shade on our people.
So let me ask you.
But yeah.
That's an old head, fuck dude, whatever. Has there been anybody within 5-10 year range of yours, right? So someone in the early 20s or someone in the early 30s or mid 30s that's hated on you, has there anybody out there that been like, yo, been on some real hater shit and try to stop your paper?
Not on no hater shit. There's comedians right now bringing people up on stage, and doing some crazy shit. Just trying to get the crowd crazy, like how I get my crowds. You know, you've seen my crowds, and they, at first, and Ken Flores was probably the one that said it best. Like I'm the one that fucking crucified myself for all these comics right now, just bringing people up on stage and creating a real show.
Yeah,
like. Comedians, man, they get on this like thing where it's just like people need to hear what I have to say. Look at this clever joke I wrote. Motherfucker, people just got out of work. People are tired. They want to laugh. They want to get crazy. They want to step out of a moment that's not their home and be part of your moment, because you're the one they love. I've heard people talk shit behind my back and I have to hear it from other people. I have ears. I have eyes and ears everywhere. And people will never know who's hearing this and who's watching this, but I always hear everything that comes back. I've had dudes who their own agent, the fools that hate on me, I run into their agent and I'll be like, nah, bro, you rep that guy, and he's like, I'll drop them right now for you. Oh, and it's just like, bro, your own agent ain't even loyal to you, bro. So it's just like there's a lot of hate out there, but it's just like you can hate on me all you want, but it's like at the end of the day, I do things out of a pure heart, bro, and I do it just out of love, and I do it because this is the only thing I know how to do, really, and
look, dog,
and that's it.
Let's go down the checklist real quick. I met you online. It was respect because I have a love for the stand-up comic, the talent of stand-up comedy. You said already, one, you studied the greats.
Yeah.
You went back to Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
You don't need to go any further back than that. You don't need to sit there and be Dick Gregory or Red Fox or anybody. Okay. You got Richard, you got the king, okay? You went over to whatever. And then George Lopez and whoever, right? And then, okay, two, you came to my golf tournament. Utmost respect. You meet me, you're chill and everything else, right? So you studied the greats, you respect your elders, you conduct business properly. None of that meant anything to me as much as when I went to go see you perform. And I seen Concrete there.
Yeah.
You gave him an opportunity to get on stage, a microphone. She could have went on for 10 minutes longer. He was respectful.
Yeah.
Your little brother was up there, right? Kenna's up there.
Yeah.
And you gave everyone a good, ample amount of time to do their thing. And I said, yo, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. You bringing homies up here, LA dudes. And my crazy Concrete's in the Valley too, right? Or no?
Yeah, from Van Nuys, bro.
Yeah.
We're from the same city, man. Shout out Concrete.
And by the way, shout out to Concrete. We played golf together. That motherfucker was killing me all day, but thank God I was saving that motherfucker,
he has
bro.
A big stomach, man.
But we did some good
big
videos.
Stomach beat you.
And he cracks me up. By the way, what's the guy's name? I love the guy. He always imitates a restaurant manager and shit. You guys,
Leo Gonzalez.
What's his name?
That's Leo Gonzalez.
I fucking love that guy.
One of my good friends.
By the way, Leo. Look, there's very few people I care to meet in my life. Look, dog.
He lives down the street.
Justin Bieber, all these people hit me up. Dog, I want to meet Leo.
I'm going to give you his number. I'm going to FaceTime him after this podcast.
Look, dog. Okay. So, fuck all that. That's the most important part that showed me how much of a heart. Plus, on top of that, you coming out to Plain Jane. By the way, shout out to ASAP Ferg. This motherfucker came out to Plain Jane at his come out song, and I was like, come on, dog. I get awkward with certain things.
is the chain.
That was the time where I felt like, hey, bro, you didn't have to. It was cool. I really tried to stay in the cut.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to your mom for almost 20 minutes, and I was like, all right, your mom and your sister, I got to get out of this area.
My aunt was asking, my aunt was trying to fuck her son.
Stop that, dog.
She was asking too many questions. I was like, all right, Ben. That's when I was like, Ben, you can go
he
sit
grabbed
over
me.
there.
He goes, hey, you know what? Hey, Ben, why don't you sit over with my people real quick and bootleg keg in there because this is too much.
Yeah.
That was what meant the most to me.
Yeah.
Was that you don't even know me yet. We've hung out very much, just the most minimal amount of time we hang out. You showed love. LA, that means something to me because of how it is, right?
There's a lot of fakes out there.
Nah, there is, and you brought me back into following stand-up on social media.
Yeah.
Like looking at people who are doing certain things, right? And some people, and I say this a lot, you could be funny, you could sing good, you could be pretty, you could dance good.
Yeah.
You could have the best agent, best producer, and guess what? You still might not make it. You still might not be famous. It's either you got it or you don't, and it's just what it is. It's fucked up world. It's tough, but the funny thing is, you're just dog, you ain't even scratched the surface yet. You know what I'm saying? You're just coming up.
Yeah.
So my next question is, being a stand-up, I grew up in a time where motherfuckers were saying chink, you know, the F word. And I don't mean the F word with the F-U. I'm talking about the F-A, you know, G, you know, lot of homophobic jokes, a lot of chinks, a lot of N-words, a lot of this, and this. And like, look, the biggest comedians, I'm friends with D.L. Hewley and Cedric and all them. They're like, look, dog, it's a free-for-all out there. You know what I mean? It's part of being a savage is what comedy is about. You want to go there and be like, you ain't trying to go. If you go into a comedy show and being offended, like I would hear Angela Clay say shit about Asian people and people get mad. I'm like, yo, dude, this shit's funny. Because stereotypes are funny, right?
Andrew's funny.
You coming up in this world now, we just talked about a little bit about cancel culture and certain things. Do you feel like, and I know the answer to this because I've already seen enough, but do you feel like you have to pussyfoot around and kind of like walk on eggshells, or are you just out there doing your comedy the way you feel like you need to do it?
Nah, yeah, I'm definitely not an extra. I definitely my stand-up comes from rest in peace, Fuquan Johnson. When he died on that fentanyl overdose shit. But it was like, it was one of those things where every time I get off stage and he'd always be like, man, you corny motherfucker. He's from New York. You corny. You sound corny motherfucker. And he's like, and every time he'd always be like, what would your father say? What would your dad say? So like every time I was just like, man, he's right, man. What the fuck am I talking about, man? What do I really want to say to these people? And then it took me a while to get to my like break through that wall. You know, because you always want to feel like, I don't want to, you know, you always want to make sure everyone's happy. And then me and Orlando here, my camera guy, we watched Elvis. You know that movie Elvis?
Yeah.
And that's when we were just like, bro, like, look how this guy, like, people didn't want him shaking his leg. They didn't want him shaking his leg at all. They didn't want him fucking doing anything. This fool got sent to the military because of his music, you know, and they were just, so I was just like, bro, we gotta be Elvis with these motherfuckers. Like, look at how their fans react to him. You see, when they see Elvis, oh my God, it's Elvis. You know, it's like, how do we get our fans to react to us that way? As opposed to just like, hey, dude, that was hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Slap my knee. You know? It's like, bro, I don't want you to slap your fucking knee. I want you to slap your girl. That shit was so funny. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, oh, no, don't.
No, but you're not gonna let anybody contain you.
But I was just like, I want that just like WWE energy. Like, holy, like I just smashed someone through a table. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of shit. So like the first night we went up there, when I say we, it's like it's just like it's
your
me.
crew.
Yeah, my crew, man. We always talk about everything, and it was just like we're just like, let's go out there and let's go crazy, man. Let's grab someone from their fucking collared shirt. First thing I go up there, man, is don't do with a collared shirt. I'm like, what the fuck, you're wearing a collared shirt to my shirt? And I grab his ass and I throw him right back to his seat. And everyone's like, oh shit, what the fuck? And I'm making motherfuckers come up and hump the stool, and we're going crazy. And even the owner of the club at the time was like, he saw that and he was like, can you not do that on the next show? And I told him, I was like, yeah, don't worry, bro, I won't do it. I went up there and I was like, fuck that. And I did it, bro. And he had to go up after me, and you know, he hasn't been the same ever since.
That's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, bro, where it's just like, you know, you're able to, your energy, man.
No, for sure.
You're fucking, a human being is energy, and you're going up there and you're creating a level of energy that's starting from the bottom,
right?
And like to be able to just go up here and just let people go home with that feeling. Imagine being at a show and you go to a Rene Vaca show, shit just got crazy. Oh my God, some dude just did that, and then Renee did that. Renee roasted this person. Oh my God. And then you go back to your car and you're like, whoa,
right,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm back in like now I gotta adapt that energy and try to create that energy within my life in some way.
What city was probably the most, besides LA? Don't talk about LA. What city outside of it? Well, you know, you could do the Bay Area or San Diego. What city outside of LA has given you the craziest energy? Like you've had the craziest show at?
Chicago, Houston, Texas, Arizona. We've had some crazy ass crowds in the East Coast.
What's the craziest shit that ever happened at a show? What's the craziest thing?
I got a scar on my eyebrow, bro. I got a scar on my eyebrow. I brought a girl on stage actually to come hump the stool. And she grabs me and bends me over the stool, and my dumbass was drunk. I was like, "Oh shit!" And her last pump was too hard, and like I fall off the stool, hit my head on one of the fucking things, and one of the front rose. And I remember just getting up and I was like, what the fuck?
There's blood?
Yeah, it was blood. I was like, right away, I was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh. And I was like, give me a fucking napkin. We're not stopping this show.
Oh,
and
shit.
And like
Orlando, you got pics of that?
Yeah, well, we got a whole video, bro. And it was just like a whole thing where just like I'm fucking bleeding. I'm concussed in a way. I'm still running the show and I get off and I go to the hospital and they put
Let me ask you, hold
stitches
on.
me.
Was this the time when you and your wife were separated or you guys were together at the time?
Definitely separated. She would have never let me do that, man. Just like and right now, you know, like I guess you can say, you know, my stand up in a way has changed because of that, you know, because now you're not thinking in that state in that area of like bitches and all that shit. I feel like now your stand up is coming from a place of, hey, bro, like there's a bigger life than that, but we're still fucking around, we're still roasting motherfuckers, we're still none of that shit has changed. The only thing is just like the idea of like Renee's a whore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that
I mean,
that
bro,
idea.
look, I used to be a prostitute, so you know, my soon-to-be ex-wife knew that, you know, it was obviously tough because in a way I lived a life of like a rock star or a comedian or anything. I was on tour, you know what I'm saying? I was out about all the time and I was gone, so I know that was tough. And then I probably contributed to after so many years, like, though, when the fuck, and I was literally close to being like retiring and kind of like being back. And now that I am, it's like, it is what the fuck it is. You know, life goes on. Do you want to have kids one day or no?
Yeah, actually, my wife and I are talking about it. My wife and I are talking about having a kid right now. She's 9 years older than me. So like for me, it's just like I need to at least get one out of her. I'm just kidding.
I mean, dog, you know,
but like for me, it's just who is it? I think Nelly's having a kid, and his wife's what 41.
43, I think.
Yeah, Shanti's what 43, right? So I'll probably end up with 2 kids, man. I definitely want a family. I want.
By the way, just so you know, like when a woman is 32, the biological clock becomes tipping harder. After 34, 35, it becomes a geriatric pregnancy. After 38, 39, there's a high chance for Down syndrome and shit like that. That's why I just...
Are you fucking serious?
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead ass serious.
You heard this, man?
So, so the thing is, the good thing is this one, okay? If you have the financial means to, there's a lot of ways to, you know, assist you with that. But I think by the way that you treat your crew, the way you talk about your dad and certain things, like my dad whooped my ass every day.
Yeah.
I mean, like 100% full strength. Full
man
punch
to man
in the face.
shit, like punch in the face.
It was just a Korean thing.
Black eye.
I think Mexicans and black people, I think a lot of them parents whoop their kids' asses and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you get your ass whipped as a kid?
Oh, dude, the fuck? Yes,
Yeah, come on, that was normal. And I feel like, look, now, if I'm like, what? Man, I will knock you out. That right there, you can get fucking CPS to come to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's fucking stupid. But you guys want to have kids, that's dope. I mean, don't you feel like that's, I mean, see, the thing is, you could have nieces, nephews and anything. Until that first seed come out, your DNA is coming out, that's you, bro, everything is out the window, bro.
Yeah, I think right now she has a daughter and she's 13 and you know, she has a good dad and everything. It's not like I need to be the father figure or anything, but like I think right now I'm just like I'm settling with the idea of like, okay, this is what day to day is gonna look like. Okay, you're gonna go to work, you're gonna go write, you're gonna go do stand up, you're gonna get back to your family. As opposed to like when she wasn't around, it was just like, okay, what the fuck, let's go out, you know, let's go party.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think right now I'm getting used to the idea, man. I really want a kid. I do want to see just like that other little side of me. Is he gonna come out looking Indian? Is he not? like you know, like what
I will say this. The level of motivation.
Yeah. When
you have that child, I say this a lot.
And I have a lot right now, so I can only imagine.
No, what I mean is you have no, like, you gotta remember, you don't get any extra points for taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take care of your kids. You guys will remember, your kids didn't ask to be here. You brought them into the world, right? So that responsibility right there weighs heavy on your shoulders.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're ready for that. And it brings another whole different, like, it's a different energy. It's a different motivation. It's a different lot of things.
Yeah.
And that's when I feel like my life began, when I became a dad. Now, again, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter.
Is there pressure on you? I don't know. My wife knows how bad I want to be a dad, and we're gonna work on that tonight. But like the idea of, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro. No, go ahead.
The pressure of being Ben Baller, right? Do your kids look at that? Because I think about that. I was like, oh, like what? I'm Rene Vaca's kid. Like my stepdaughter, she goes around and tells me, even though she never tells me to my face, right, that she's showing me off. I know she does, and but it's just like the idea of like my dad's been baller. How much pressure do you put on your kid to be greater than you when you've done so much? Like, are you gonna put that pressure on your kid to get a lifetime achievement award, or are you gonna plug him with your things, or are you gonna let him?
I'm gonna give them.
What if he wants to do ballet? Okay, never mind. Just go back.
Yeah.
Just go back.
That's a tough one. I think it's very few things I can say that I know for sure that I'm great at.
Yeah.
The jewelry thing is
yeah,
one
I say,
thing.
what would you say? You're great at a lot of things. What would you say?
I think I'm a great dad, dog. Like, I'm a solid. That's one thing that for sure. One thing that changed my life forever. So I'm a great dad. I think them growing up, I never wanted them to understand, or think about money or anything. And I don't think that went over very well. They live so entitled, and my son was, raised in a Bentley. Other son's raised in a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce and shit like that. So these kids have seen a lot, right? My daughter has kind of caught a little bit more of the humbleness. She's my youngest. I never brought up their dad's famous. Your daddy's famous, whatever.
But they see it.
Oh, it's real bad now. like they see it like to a point where like the kids talk about it at school.
Yeah, and
they go to school with a lot of famous famous parents, of the kids. And so, I just want my kids to be happy. I'm going to give them a lot of game, and I'm going to teach them how to make money.
How old are they right now?
So London's going to be 12 pretty soon. My other son just turned 10, and my daughter's about to be 7 in a few weeks. So, I got a late start, dog.
So they're all like around the same.
Yeah, they're all close.
Yeah.
And that's my gang.
He was fucking.
And I don't give a fuck about, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Just that. But that brings me to the next thing is what's in the future for Rene Vaca? Like, what do you got planned? Like, what are some goals you want to hit, and what you got going on right now?
Well, we just announced the tour. The tour is gonna be big starting September. Well, we're starting next week, but what we just posted starts September. But the idea of doing stand up all my life. How many? And I say this a lot. How many times am I gonna have to go to your city and be like, guys, last year we're in Chicago. Guess what we're doing again? We're going to Chicago again, right? And just like, okay, you're gonna do that shit every year. Yeah. How many times are people gonna go and be like, oh man, we gotta hear Renee again? How much do you have to say? There's not much for you to say unless you're Ben Baller. Ben Baller is a very smart, articulate man, right? But how much do you have to say as a stand-up? Like that, like it's already such an ego, like, statistical thing for you to go up there. Hey, listen, man, I'm funny for an hour.
Yeah.
It's already like you really have to think about yourself so highly, right?
Right.
So it's like the idea of doing that. So I was just like, I want to do that. Jim Carrey, fucking Eddie Murphy did probably is the best example where like I want to have my 2-3 specials, right. and then I want to give my life to movies and acting, man. And
I was gonna ask you that. So you do want to get in acting in movies? And
well, that's what the team and I are doing right now. Like,
nice.
I think whoever goes on these shows right now coming up on this tour, that they should, take advantage of that. Because I don't like next year I might just, get lost in that and the same way Eddie Murphy is getting asked to come back to stand up. I want that same feeling. I'm like, bro, like I want to leave the stand-up comedian and show them like bro, y'all should have been understanding. Like,
people had their eras, and when I say mega star, Dave Chappelle was a mega star on TV. He's one of the most brilliant comics.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking about mega star on different levels, like Eddie, he took it to a level that Richard. He passed the torch.
Yeah.
Richard passed the torch to Eddie. Eddie showed him all the respect, Harlem Nights, everything.
Yeah.
Eddie took it with it to a different level, okay?
Yeah, whole different.
Remember, I got to see Eddie do stand-up in the prime. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And then the next person, Chris Rock was there kind of, and it was a different audience. And believe it or not, Chris was really definitely a black comic.
Oh, yeah.
But he branched out to white people, and it was funny. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
But Martin, he was the most rawest stand-up. You didn't get more raw. He was doing hardcore black shit, everything. Then he did huge movies, Big Mama's House, all that stuff, everything, whatever.
Blue Street.
Bad Boys, all this shit. And I think if he would do the stand-up, I don't know if he still got it in him, but he was raw. Raw, he was as raw as you get. Show was funny.
I studied Martin Lawrence.
Martin was crazy. So like, Kevin has that formula too and everything else. So why not you, bro?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I was just like, there has to be that guy that just says, you know what, I'm not. I know stand up is what's making a lot of my money right now, and it's gonna hurt to be like, you know what, step away from it, like, because I know if I keep going at it, I can stack up, and I'm not gonna leave stand up, but it's just like the idea of like, I see a bigger picture here, man, and I see a bigger picture for our people, and just like for the whole team, and just like we can really be big right now if we do things the right way,
Right.
And right now, and that's our biggest focus, is not getting lost in the sauce, right, and just like, hey, we had a vision from the beginning, let's just keep going. We might still be on tour next year, but the goal right now is to be on a movie or a TV show, but mainly movies. We're working with writers right now. Shout out to Al Madrigal. Al Madrigal is one of the first people in this business that, besides my agents are some of the best agents in the world,
Right.
and my managers, and it's just like, shout out to Fidel, Silvio, Zach, Luke. But it was just like the idea of a writer that's well respected in this industry and is working currently, has deals with studios. Like, this guy was like, hey, I'll be your mentor. Like, I'll help you. Like, you don't need to like any idea I have, kind of shit. And it was just cool to finally have that. And I always encourage that to everybody, bro. Like,
bro.
find a fucking mentor. Like you don't need to fucking be like, oh, I don't know what I was doing. Well, what the fuck? Do you not have, like, find someone that went through all this shit already, that knows people in this fucking
But also,
shit.
let me rewind back. When I got a real agent, and I was represented by CAA when I had my reality TV show for 3 seasons, and then I went and then I had my I got with WME.
That's where I'm at right now,
right,
WME.
theatrically, and they still represent me theatrically. But
There
when
you
I
go,
got
WME, there you go.
when I got an agent like marketing, bro, that's when all the millions and all the crazy shit came in, right? And all my brand deals and things like that. You can't defeat that.
Yeah, you can't
because
stress
like
that enough.
I remember when I'm in the video game NBA 2K, and I've been in it for 4 years, right? I'm in a character in the game, right?
Yeah.
And the thing with that thing is, I remember a buddy of mine who was like an Instagram influencer. He went in and he did it for like, I think 5 or 10K. He's like, shit, I love it. NBA 2K, boom, whatever. My agent went in there for 10 times that. You know, now he got his cut, 20%, but who cares? He went at a higher quote because, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, dude. Like,
And when people do Instagram ads for like $3 grand, $5 grand, I'm like, bro, what? I'm not even looking at you for less than 50K. Like, there's certain things that an agent can do, and it's really powerful having the right person. So that's dope that you got somebody.
oh, bro, and I was doing everything alone.
Yeah, you can't do that,
like
dog.
even with my team, and I'm over here like happy that I'm making $3,000 a show. Then I'm over here, I get an agent, and he 10 times that.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're like, what the fuck? This whole time, how long have I been wasting time? And it's not that I've been wasting time.
Nah, you're paying dues,
yeah,
dog.
paying dues. But it's just like, damn, it's so crazy how like people want to be like, I'm being independent, bro. I don't need none of that Hollywood
dog,
shit.
unless you Beyonce or someone like that, it's just not gonna happen. LeBron, it's work for, but at the same time, it's like when you're that big of a machine.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Come
My
on,
last
man.
question I want to talk about is, this show is about free game. It's about mindset. It's about Asians empowering, but at the same time, minorities. I don't know if Asians are minorities anymore. I don't know if fucking Mexicans are minorities anymore. You guys fucking run LA.
Bro.
Overall focus of this lifestyle, of this podcast, is luxury lifestyle and financially being responsible.
Yeah.
So now that you're making some money, let's talk about, like, are you investing any of it? Have you, like, you know, what do you do? Like, are you spending it? Are you out, like, you know, doing stupid shit? Like, where are you at financially with, like, your mindset with it?
Well, the first half of the tour was like when we were just getting that money, so we were going crazy, right? You see
That's normal, man.
You see the chain, you know. but it was like, now my agents, I think they saw that.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we're gonna get you a business manager. And I'm like, okay. So I mean, we're doing great. I'm able to take care of my family, you know, like,
That's beautiful.
You know, like the crew, you know, like they know what's coming, like everything is going great. And the idea of just me taking care of everybody now is a weight off my shoulders, now that I'm hooked up with a business manager that I just met with them last week. So we're finally getting to the idea, and you know, the whole idea of me paying everybody, they're gonna get paid on time. Even just the idea of like giving my family money, everything's gonna be taken care of, investments, all that stuff. But I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. I don't want no Rihanna shit to happen to me, right?
Nah.
But it's also just like, this business manager is taking care of a lot of comedians that I respect, and And yeah, I don't want to drop no names. I don't want no one who.
Nah, don't worry about it.
I don't want to say who handles whose money, but yeah, man. And it's pretty cool. Just be the way he explained it to me, and this business manager is also gonna keep my agents on check, my managers on check. Like, hey, Renee wants to make this much this year. What are we doing to get him that?
That's good.
And so
that's a good business manager when they're aligned with the agent and manager and be like, hey, listen, look, because he's taking care of shit. He's like, look, and then, look, no agent or manager wants to hear anything from another person.
Yeah.
Like, I got this. I'm like, no, motherfucker.
Like,
I'm
no.
looking over the money part. What's up? So you got 3 dudes. The key to all of this is, Renee, and I'm going to say this from being in the game, and I've been a millionaire now for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Making money while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Whether that be your comedy special streaming, your restaurant that you own, making money, something while you're out doing what you got to do, or let's just say you're out with your kid when you have a kid, or you and your wife are on vacation. When you're making money still while you're out not doing what you usually do, that's the key, dog. So you could have passive income.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing that I told him, I was like, I want to have multiple sources of income, bro. Like I do want to own a restaurant. I do want to own a landscaping business, kind of shit. Where it's just like I'm not
That's
working
cool.
it, that's but I want that help for like we help illegal immigrants with work all the time, type shit. I do want to have like a bunch of like there's so many things. We have a deal right now that we're talking with a certain brand that that could be potentially big, and we have a deal with the weed company also that we'll have our own strain, and I think right now we're just trying to capitalize on everything, but we got to be very smart.
Look, dog,
I'm not just capitalizing.
It don't last
anything.
forever, bro. But the brand could. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a second, that comedian guy? No, motherfucker, the entrepreneur that owns the restaurant. No, motherfucker, the dude who's running the weed business. No. There's
Do you
like
own any
when I did the Ben Baller brand, like when people see these BBs, they think sellouts, they think exclusive, they think of this, and they think, okay, well, I can't afford a $50,000 chain, I can't afford a $100,000 watch, but you know what I could do? I could buy a $500 Ben this, I could buy a $60 t-shirt, I could buy these things, and that's where it is. And I'm sure you capitalize on merch and things too.
100%, bro. I mean, Polo Ralph Lauren is one of my biggest inspirations with the merch, how simple they kept it.
Yeah.
And so that was and it was just like the idea of like, hey man, let's just get like, I wanted a logo, like Jordan has a logo, right?
Yeah.
So then we did this. So
that's what cracked me up, because I seen a tattoo of it and everything.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something funny. There's this video going around about Jay-Z, and he's talking about like he hates to go to family dinners, like the reunions and stuff, like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And like second cousin walk up and be like, hey bro, so I got this plan, bro. I just need like 5 G's. And like I could turn 5 G as this. And he's just like, oh my God. People who ain't on, like, that's fucked up, bro. You're a billionaire. You could do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
There's a certain point. The ones who have money and you get on, you understand Jay-Z's side. You don't understand, like, you're just like, look, even when, and especially if you were broke and you came up, you can't just give everybody something. You know what I mean? Someone has to fit in somewhere. And the reason why I bring that up is every day I get 300 DMs. People either asking for money, people are pitching me an idea, and everything else. The crazy part is, there could be $1 billion idea out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. Why? Because I don't know you, and let's say successful, that means I'm tied to a person I don't know. I don't want to do business with you. There's no organic, connection with us or anything, right? Before we started filming, you had mentioned something to me. I know you said it lightly, but I also know you're part serious. And I'll tell you this right now. I'm serious. So like, as many people hit me up, even Jimmy, I hit, oh man, we should do this. Like, okay, cool. I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, it sparks something.
Yeah.
I may not have activated it because I have so many things in my mind right now.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't like that. Yeah.
But no. But for real, bro, that could be something. I don't want to talk about it on here, but
no,
it is something that's cool. And the thing
that'll
is,
be a fucking honor, man.
I'm big on handshakes, right? Like, you have to be able to see somebody in person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like to follow people that I didn't meet yet. But like, Jimmy was so close with you. I was like, look.
Yeah.
And
shout
by
out
the way,
Jimmy
Jimmy,
boy.
I think it's been 20 minutes since I said this. You a fat bitch, and fuck you, and fuck Turks and Caicos. Can't be you not here. And this is your motherfucking friend. Now that's my friend too, but still.
Jimmy boy is the reason why, that when as soon as I got to Houston, man, it was just like, he gave me, it's just like how you're telling, like how you were saying, just like, like hospitality, like how his house, was very nice too. And it was just like, it was very cool. Just like, he even had like, you need my car, man, go ahead and take the car. He fucking just letting a little Mexican drive your big ass Cadillac around Houston like that.
That's Jimmy.
Like the connections, the food, like everything was just like, and it was just like,
And by the way,
and it was just like so much love from Jimmy.
You know,
man.
if somebody
Shout out
stepped
Jimmy
to you
for it.
sideways, please believe you would have had 42 Vietnamese gangsters go fuck them up. I'm being serious, bro. I'm being dead ass serious.
Nah,
I went
Jimmy
out with
Boy's
Jimmy
my
one
family,
night.
bro. He knows my mom. He knows my little brothers. Man, he helped my little brother get his little thing right there with his wrist. Man, it was just like, you know, Jimmy Boy is, you know, that's why I don't want to get into the talking shit part, but
Nah, it's all good, bro. Look, I love the way you move, man. I think that, you know, you have a bright future, and I'm glad that I'm honored that you were the first guest to be on the show. The way we end the show, and we haven't had a guest yet because Jimmy isn't here, but he knows because he's listened to a bunch of my episodes. The final thing that we end the show with is, and you kind of did already, but this is separate. Is there anything you want to ask me? The final thing of the show is you ask me a question.
Oh man, I mean, I know you just did the Kendrick. I mean, I'm not. You did that Kendrick stuff, right? Like,
Yeah. I haven't even talked about it on the podcast yet, so go ahead and ask me anything.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, like, you know, it's like is the LA's like that's one of the biggest
bro.
stream songs, right? Like the music video, all that stuff, bro. And you're so close with Drake.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? Your boy lost?
Oh, wow. So that question. Let me soften it up a little bit.
Does he have a kid? I'm just asking about Drake.
I mean, he has a daughter. Oh, you mean no? So like, the funny thing is, Drake doesn't have an 11-year-old daughter. So let's just get that out the way. Let's rewind a little bit. We didn't talk about this. So this is the crazy part. I'm LA, homie. There ain't no two ways about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm LA, dog. Like I'm LA. And by the way,
that's what I was
this
saying,
is homie. This is a fucking borderline jail tattoo. You know what I'm saying? This is a La Raza. This is a homie. Hey, rest in peace to my boy Isaiah. His dad is one of the most famous OG Mexican tattoo artists, Coyote. Okay?
There you go.
Like
From
Freddie
NIS?
Negrete. If you ask your dad, do you know her name, Coyote? Freddie Negrete. That's how OG this dude is. This dude is OG, and he's from Sangran, right? San Gabriel Valley.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in Santa Barbara for a little bit. OG Mexican black and gray tattoo, right? So like, I'm LA as it is. Sloss at Swap Meet, you know, Koreatown, you name it. Dog, outside of any beef, this is my city. Me and Nipsey were cool, all that. He brought together unity. He promoted and saying it wasn't an anti-Drake thing, even though they performed the song 6 times,
Yeah.
right? This was a LA unified Crips blood whole thing. And the thing is this, I felt like, look, the sentiment that was out there was Kendrick was like, it can't be anybody else. It has to be Slauson. It has to be Ben Baller. This has to make this full circle moment for this thing. Now, of course, I was invited to the show. If I came on stage, I would guarantee he would have been like, yo, Ben Baller did the chain, whatever. Now there's problems. Now I'm
there's videos of you with Drake giving him like, you know what I mean?
It's a different thing. So the thing is, I handle business. Someone I've known for almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. I was at the very first show he ever did. There was
this is a good business lesson for a lot of people, right? Like there's 2 people.
Now the thing is this, there's 17 people at his first show 18, 19 years ago, right?
Drake?
He's opened up for the Game. No, Kendrick.
Oh, wow.
Which was first show ever, LA Convention Center, right? Game is the main guy, J-Rock, you know, TDE. Shout out to all the TDE. By the way, 2 T's just hit me up from TDE. And when you think about it, you're like this, look, Drake has probably dealt with at least 7 different jewelers.
Yeah.
I don't care, right? He's been involved in my kids' lives, my life. He's a very big part. He's a friend. Yeah, he's sang on my daughter's birthday. You know, he's done birthday shout-outs for all my kids. You know, there's been so many things, monumental moments. I've been on tour with this guy. We've been to Europe. We've been to Paris. We've been to all over the world with this guy. This was not necessarily a business decision. This ain't got nothing to do with you, Drake. This was, he needed to wear some jewelry. You know, this was a big moment. For me to say this, it's nuts. That could possibly be the biggest show in hip-hop LA history. There was nothing in LA I could think of. I've been to NWA, Ice-T, Cube. I've been to all the shows. This was probably the biggest LA hip-hop moment that I've ever witnessed, ever to pop out. So that was there. Now, I don't want to talk about maybe, you know, how Drake felt about whatever, but at the same time, I understand. But he also is a pretty open person. He gets it. Like, when there's bloggers talking shit and we'll be in the car, I'm like, yo, what about this motherfucker saying this shit? And Drake will be like, man, dog, that's his job. He has to do that.
Yeah.
So he's understanding.
I feel like Drake is a very business dude. It's just like, you know what, like, if I was Drake, I'd be looking at it, okay, well, you know, Kendrick's eating, I'm eating, we're all eating now. Like
so the thing is
Kendrick's
this.
been eating, I don't want to say that, like, you know, but what I'm trying to say is just like, I like kind of like the idea of like, you know, now it's like
so to
the
go back,
numbers are crazier than ever.
I've rarely seen Drake take an L, right? And there was a bad situation before with Pusha T. Me and Pusha were close, and that messed up our relationship. Even though I didn't take a side, and I was like, damn, man, this was bad, right?
So it has fucked up your shit.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, you know what I mean? And Drake were cool, and then on and off, but we good. I talked to him, you know, and you know, I was talking to him throughout the battle, like a couple weeks ago when it was getting spicy, or maybe a month ago when it was getting spicy and whatever, and it is what it is now. Now, with all that said, where we are right now, you know, yeah, you know, I mean, I think he took an L, right? That's kind of obvious.
I mean, Kendrick won that shit, man. I mean, Kendrick.
But at the same time,
I'm a big Kendrick fan, and I love Drake, and I love his music, and I know Drake lyrics by memory.
Right.
But when it comes to Kendrick, it's like he hits the heart and soul of LA, bro.
Do I think it's like it's over for dude? No, not at all.
No.
But you know, it is what it is, and it's a fucking weird thing. It's almost an obvious weird thing, and I think that I was talking about this with someone the other day, and I still have so many people I work with in the music business, right? And I was a record executive. I think I know him well enough to say, if the roles were reversed, would Drake take his foot off the dude's neck? Like if the roles were reversed.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
At the end of the day, it's like, look, man, all fair is in love and war, and you know, it is what it is. So, you know,
so your advice to the business people going through this?
I mean, you know, it was a business thing. It had nothing to do with
other jewelers.
At the same time, too, there's other jewelers out there that are like, oh, this, and this. I don't give a fuck about what you're doing. I'm a dad. I'm a golfer. And I got a lot of other things going on. That's all you got going on is jewelry. I've already stacked accolades and awards and fucking things. I opened these doors. I'm in museums right now. Do you know what I mean? I'm in a fucking museum. What jeweler's in a museum? And I ain't talking about the shit that they did for hip hop stuff. I'm talking about an actual art museum. I've done so many things
next to dinosaurs
outside of fucking jewelry. So it's like, great. Why did I do that? Because now there's a chance for you to get in there.
Yeah.
So I want the next person coming up, whether it be Jimmy, whether it be Moses, whether it be Greg Yuna, whether it be Eliante, whether it be Alex Moss or any of the other jewelers, go out there, inspire the next generation jewelers, and go out there and kill it. And just, you know, you ain't got to suck anybody's dick. You ain't got to glaze nobody, but go out there, acknowledge somebody, do your thing, handle your business, be decent, don't cheat, don't steal, handle business, inspire the youth, and make sure you push the fucking block forward. Keep pushing it forward so you can bring the other generations up.
See, and that's exactly how I wanted to say when you asked me about how do you feel about the dude accusing you of stealing jokes. That's exactly what I wanted to say, but he said it better. Okay? So if anyone asking me how I feel about this other dude, man, just know that's what I'm doing. And if you're not doing the same thing, you shouldn't. If whoever.
And just so you know,
you gotta do that.
Motherfuckers have stole my jewelry designs.
Oh yeah,
I mean, big jewelers, small jewelers, and it's like, you know what, dog? I don't even. I just like.
I mean, right now that I'm writing like TV or movies and stuff, we're learning like a lot. Everything's been done. It's just like you gotta switch shit up, and just you're the star. You guys, it's gotta come from you.
Everything's a remix, brother.
Yeah,
Renee, I cannot express how much. First of all, this motherfucker has a sold out comedy show literally in an hour, and he did this show anyways. It means a lot to me,
we
bro.
sold out, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate you, dog.
I appreciate you, and thank you for just letting me in your fucking home, bro. It's fucking nice just being a rich house, you know, growing up in the hood, bro.
By the way, hey, Jimmy, just want to say one last time, fuck you and your gout and your Turks and Caicos and all the bitches you're with in fucking the Caribbean. Fuck you. Renee, you got anything to say to Jimmy?
Jimmy, I love you. Fuck your leg, but I love you, man. Leg day, bitch.
All right, guys, listen, man, hit that subscribe button. We're at like 15, 60,000 subscribers. We're just getting on. I'm not even a YouTube guy, but I do want to get that little 100,000 plaque. And didn't you just get a...
I just got it, and we got it, bro. Man, we're about to post a video about this on our channel. We're gonna get Jimmy Boy to that 1 million plaque, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I have not asked none of my friends. I have friends with 30 million subscribers. I have friends with 100 million subscribers. Look, I ain't asked none of you motherfuckers for favors. Next time any of you motherfuckers ask me for a discount, ask me for a chain or anything, like, guess what? You ain't getting shit until you ask motherfuckers to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. You already know, every Friday. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, dog.
This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold, it's ice. We took a chance, the ball, now we set the price. how we live at its coldest, ice. We took a chance to ball, now we setting the price, let's get it.